So let me fix the camera a little bit. My name is Kristani Shen, and for this video it's gonna be really different because my PC is being repaired right now. All my stuff is being repaired, and that's how come you don't see me posting that much on anything, because everything's being repaired right now, right? Everything's going through repair. So then, because I can't do anything where I can edit right now, because my editing program is not working either, so then I'm just gonna do a straight run through, maybe 20-25 minute video. I'm gonna seriously do 25 minutes because I want to make sure I get everything right. And so this one I won't be as carefree because I won't have anything to edit, right? So everything's gonna go like through my head and everything and what I think, and we're just gonna have a very relaxed session. Okay, so you guys, I've missed you guys. I hope everything has been well with you guys. I hope everything is going well. Okay, so one thing, since last time I got my nails done, I got some gels, and so I decided to invest in getting my nails done every 2 to 3 weeks. I just want to invest in that and begin to do that nail aesthetic. So I got powder blue, it got off for these two, and I got this neon pink for this one. And then next time, maybe 3 weeks, two and a half weeks, I saw this pumpkin spice orange latte, so I'm gonna do it for this hand, pumpkin spice orange latte for this hand, and for this hand it's gonna be like this color, neon pink, but it's gonna be like an orange neon pink, but it's gonna be soft neon pink, and you're gonna really like it. I hope you really like it, right? So I'm hoping to keep doing it because I like it, but I think I want to do it myself because from where I went it was kind of unprofessional, and I didn't really like how they were unprofessional. And then it was I mean, it was all right, the amount was all right, but I think for the amount that it was spent, like, I've gotten better service at other places and they were just really unprofessional. It was really disappointing. So then let me get into the topic for today. So the topic for today is toxicity of level up culture, right? How it can be toxic in certain ways. Now when I run through this, the reason why I'm talking a little bit slower is because I don't have an editing program right now. So if it looks like I'm thinking about it, it's because I don't want to say something random, because this is not going to be edited, right? So it's going to be a really relaxed session. As usual, you guys, grab something to drink. I have some juice, some Minute Maid that I'm drinking during this session. And this is it. Okay, let me fix my camera a little bit. Okay, so the toxicity of level up culture. Let me fix my camera. This toxicity of level up culture. Now, a few people that I look up to, I really like their aesthetic, is Ariana Grande and Nicki Minaj, right? I really love their aesthetic and they really inspire me, right? Because Nicki Minaj and Ariana Grande, the thing I like about them is that they really got the aesthetic down, right? And for me, I think they have that boss babe thing going on, that people call it baddie boss babe level up culture, right? They really inspire me, right? And I love Ariana and Nicki Minaj, and I'm actually glad that they're friends. They seem like they're really close to each other and they get along very well, which I really like, right? So level up culture is interesting, right? The first time I ever heard of level up culture was in Ciara's song. I believe that came during a time it was level up. That's the first time I heard somebody say level up. Before that, there was something called leveling. Now before, I told you guys leveling is when you have, okay, somebody has something you want, like they're here, like a tall building, and you feel like you're here a little bit lower. But the most logical thing that would be best to do is to level up, which is what I'm gonna talk to you about. Level up, go up, and you can even go upwards more and get inspired by them and keep going up. But what I see with the leveling and what I'm talking about, leveling from before, is with leveling, you think the person's a bit higher here and they're a skyscraper. So then what some people would do, what most people would tend to do is, instead of going up, being inspired, and then inspired, going higher, what they will do is they want to level. So they'll take the skyscraper and they'll demolish it, right? They'll tear it down so that they seem taller, right? But the thing about the leveling thing, why it's bad, is you're not growing when you do that, right? So that's why level up culture came. And I believe the first time I heard level up culture was Sierra's song, Level Up, Level Up. Okay? So then the whole song is about leveling up, getting better, leveling up. So then for this episode, for this video, I'm gonna be talking, this session, I will be talking about the toxicity of level up culture, right? So level up culture is toxic because what ended up happening, it was a very good movement, right? It came out of the thing to stop comparing women to other women. But what ended up happening is now you're not really, I don't think you're competing with other women with level up culture, because it's like they call it the glow up in certain videos. Glow up, get your glow up, baddie, boss babe. One thing I see about it that's kind of toxic, if you're not careful, it's actually very good, right? One thing that's toxic is if you're not careful, you could actually try to be perfect with level up culture, right? And that's not what you want. Okay, let me go back, right? What I mean with being perfect is, I remember when I was growing up, it used to be that girls would be heroin chic, they would be bulimic, anorexic, and they would do toxic exercising. I forget what that is, when you exercise too much and you would do like 1,000 push-ups because you can't stop exercising. And some people would do steroids at that time, right? But they would do like steroids to try to get their body to conform. So then what I realized with back then, I think this is because all you could heard back then was you had breast implants. That was popular, but it was just coming in, and you had tummy tuck. And sometimes I would hear like rhinoplasty, but it was very rare back then, right? Now what happened is the Kardashian sisters, they did something, Nicki Minaj, all these new wave celebrities, Megan Thee Stallion and all the others, they made being big and having big breasts, big butt, like tiny, like slimmer weight, it made it more healthier, right? I remember back then it was like you had to be blonde, and 901-210 was going on. There was NSYNC and Backstreet. It was kind of like a white aesthetic, right? And then you have other things going on with other cultures. But now it's like Kim Kardashian and Nicki Minaj and Ariana Grande, they actually did something kind of different. They flipped it, where it's like they're tanning all the time. Some people say they're blackfishing. And it's very interesting what's actually going on. It's like it's almost the opposite of what was going on before. Like, I know it's very in now to have big breasts, like huge, like to be voluptuous, like to have a very shapely figure. But the thing I want to go into about the toxicity of level up culture, boss babe, boss babe, and baddie and glow up. The glow up, I actually like it. I think it actually has a very positive connotation. What I want to say is that glow up, it could actually be very good, right? But the thing about leveling up is, if you're not careful, you're going to strive for perfection, and that is not what you want. You want actually to be your best self, right? And that, so a lot of people would say that's perfection. That's not what it is. That's why for some reason Glow Up seems to tap into what I think is much better. It's more positive. And let me explain to you why. So level up culture, it's like you're leveling up. You're leveling up so much. It's like you get a car, you get this, you get that. It's like perfection. I mean, have you ever heard that thing, hustle mentality? Like, that's another one that's really toxic, right? You get a PhD, then you get a car, you're never relaxing, you're grinding, call. It's the same thing. It's like you're always grinding, working, you're always working, right? Okay, I went off on a tangent, so I'm gonna go back. So level up culture, it's a way where if young women are not, when young women are not careful, it could become kind of toxic, right? Because level up is like you just reaching for a perfection, and there's no such thing as perfection, right? For me, perfection, I'm inspired by Ariana Grande and Nicki Minaj, but even them, they're not perfect. You could see, even though Ariana Grande and Nicki Minaj, they have that aesthetic down, the look. They have things about their character, it makes them very interesting. Like if you look at Nicki Minaj and Ariana Grande, they have something about the culture. They look very feminine, but there's something very masculine about how they move. Even if they look very feminine, right? There's something going on with it. It's kind of interesting if you look at it, right? But some women, if you're looking at certain videos, and I just want you to look at it from this aspect. Some people, they're like, you have to be feminine as possible. You have to be dainty. And what else? You have to be dainty, and you have to say mannerism. You have to eat a certain way. You have to do certain things a certain way. It could get to a point where it's like it's so perfect, it's too much, right? So now I'm gonna give you an example of how it could be toxic. Actually, you know what, I'm gonna make this really quick because I don't want to go too deep into this. But when I was in junior high school, I remember there was a situation that happened where I was actually very short at that time. Right now I'm 5'6.5", that's my adult weight. And when I was in junior high school, I had not really gone through the height change yet. I didn't go through puberty until I believe summer of 7th grade. So 6th grade, I was like 5'1". I was kind of short. I was pretty short. Maybe 4 foot. I can't remember, but I was short, really short. And I remember the one of the popular girls, the very popular ones. She was the head girl. She was the head. She was the one that she was the most popular girl. She was really tall. I think she was 5'9". I don't remember what she was, but I was like 5'1". I was really short. Like the way, if I look at her, it would be like looking at a mountain. I was really short back then. The following summer, I would then get more taller. So then during this time, I remember during this time, 6th grade, everyone, okay, the beginning of 6th grade year, everyone was trying to find friends, you know, get friends, because it's like it's 6th grade year, everybody wants to get friends, you know. It's like that's what the junior high school is about, getting a little group of friends. And so that year I got together with my best friend, and then she had met these 2 other girls, and we became 3 best friends, right? It was the 4 of us in junior high school, and we were all art students, and that was such a fun time, right? Those were we were the 4 like best friends, right? We were interested in the same things: art, writing, sketching, all that stuff, right? Because we did, our concentration had to do a lot with artwork, right? Some people had chorus, and that was our creative concentration. So then and man, those were very interesting times, right? So then during this time, the head girl, the most popular one, she came up to me one of the first days of school, because you know during that time everybody's trying to make friends, and she was talking to me, and I was entertaining everything she was saying. And then at the lunch table there's this other classmate, and he was eating these Lunchables. So the classmate's eating the Lunchables, and he's eating the Lunchables, and she just starts making fun of the little boy. She's like, oh, let's pick on him, right? Let's pick on the little boy. When I was in junior high school, I was not a saint, right? I did my dirt in junior high school, but for some reason, her saying that about a little boy, he was 11, he was our age, and he was eating these like little Lunchable thingies, and she's like, oh, let's make fun of him, right? So I was like, for some reason that didn't sit well with me, right? Because I'm like, he's just eating his food, why would we make fun of him? So then she's finished talking to me, I was speaking to her, and then something told me, because back then when my mom was still alive, she would tell me, like, make sure the reason why you're going to school is to learn. You're not going to school to start fights, to pick on other children. You have to know why you go there. So then when she did that, something told me, don't write her off, just back off a little bit, stand back and see, okay, what type of person is this? Is she gonna be a person that's gonna pick on other kids, or what's gonna happen? So then I stood back, I went back, right? I was like, okay, she finished talking to me, and then I just kept my distance because of what she did to the young guy, the other classmate. So then after a while, I don't know what happened, for some reason this made me, after a while, like a few weeks, I became like a marked person. I was like marked. So anytime this girl, the head girl would see me, I was the #1 target, right? And during that time, we were not well off financially. We were very modest. We had just gotten here. We were still establishing everything. We didn't have anything that much things figured out, right? We were not that well off at all, at all. Even now we're like middle class. We're modest, right? We're just normal. But back then we were kind of not doing that well, right? So we were a little bit struggling, right? So then I would come to school. So my mom would try her best. She would get me stuff from Salvation Army. And the thing is, I just didn't have the best stuff, and it was never a big deal for my friends. It was never a big deal to a lot of people, right? So, but I remember during high school, it was hard, right? Because this one person would go out of their way to make sure to just say a bunch of things to me, just to make sure she just really there's support. Some people would be like, man, why is she paying that much attention to you, right? Because there was other kids, they were not that well off. Some kids were not well off either. So then they're like, man, why is she taking special attention to you, right? So one thing you have to know about junior high school, I don't know if it's the same thing right now. I remember sometimes if like between certain group of friends, you couldn't wear certain things with group of friends because to them you'd be representing them, right? So sometimes if you come in a thing and they don't like it, they'd make you cry, right? Like I remember sometimes, especially with a bunch of these people, these girls, it would be actually very pleasant for them to just say something really rude and actually pick on. It was just like a ringleader thing, right? Now looking back at it, I see it was actually, maybe they had trouble at home, maybe there was something going on, but back then I didn't know what was going on, right? So to tie into what I was saying, it put into my head, especially when I was in junior high school, that you just had to be perfect, right? now to certain things that are going on, like I had so much things happen, you know, growing up. Now you see, okay, that's not true. Like I remember I was a tomboy throughout most of high school, most of college. I would rebel, right? I just wanted to go against it because I thought it was so unfair. Because you know how certain people, especially during that time, they go out of the way to show you, look, you have Payless shoes on, you're poor and stuff, okay, we're not gonna hang out with you. In fact, we're gonna tease you mercilessly, right? And it was to the point where I was actually resentful about it, right? But then after a while, later on, I realized I felt like I was, for me to wear clothes that I liked or that was deemed fashionable or stylish, I felt like I was conforming to society, right? I felt I was conforming to society, and I would just go against it. I remember in high school, what I would do is I would have these 5 shirts, and I would just rotate between them, and there was these 3 pants I would rotate the same thing for like I was just rotating. And some people would be like, do you not have it? And I would have like a lot of stuff, but I just wanted to rebel, you know, because I felt it was so unfair to be judged based on what you. I was very you know how teenagers have that angst thing. They're very angry. I was like angry. I was going through a lot. It was just a lot, right? But then I remember the change that happened, and then I'm gonna segue into the next topic, and it's gonna have to do this continuation of it. Is that I begin to realize that, okay, what was I saying? Okay, so then I went to college. Okay, and in that video style, I told you guys about how I began to develop my style a lot more. Okay, this is what I'm about to say. So glow up culture, right? It's level up versus glow up culture. So level up culture would be like, okay, I'm leveling up, but the thing I like about level up culture is like you're betting, it's more focused on yourself, right? Whereas the thing about social media today is competing, well, it's like comparing yourself to other people's lives, which is what most people say. But usually when I'm using social media, I use it more as an inspiration panel. Like I just use it as like a board, like a Pinterest that keeps generating more ideas for me, because that's how the algorithm works, right? It's not like Facebook, where Facebook will just give you random crap, and you're like, man, why am I looking at Hornell sausage and I don't have no interest in Hornell sausage? You'll just see random crap coming up on your Facebook feed. Like Instagram, it has an algorithm. It's the more you're interested in something, it'll give you more of that, right? So I use it as a more creativity, idea-based like tool. Like I really like being on it. It's kind of fun, right? Because it's like Facebook, you be like, you just see random crap pop up, and you're like, man, what the hell? Why do I need to see what? Like sometimes you've been seeing something for soccer ball, and I'm like, man, why is this ad even coming up, right? Sometimes you see something on lamps. I'm like, man, what about me looks like I care about lamps right now, right? But then Instagram is a little bit different. Like depending on what you do, it'll keep doing it based on your interests, giving you more and more interesting ideas. That's why I actually like it a lot more. So then to go back to what I was saying, the glow up culture, I really like it because for some reason, to me, what I'm getting from glow up culture is you're glowing up, right? You're glowing up from the inside out, right? You're doing your best, right? You're doing your best with what you have, right? For me, leveling up seems like it's like you're doing it to a point, it heights. You're trying to reach perfection, right? I mean, and glow up to me seems like you're exuding the happiness you feel on the inside, and you're using it to glow up and improve every area of your life, right? It could be your style, it could be your decor, it could be a whole bunch of things, you know. But all I have to say is glow up culture, I just have a more positive vibe from it. Like it's more like you're feeding off, okay, okay, what do I like, how can I be the best me that I can be, how can I, what do I like to do, right? Whereas level up, it seems like you're bettering yourself, but it's towards a standard that's kind of too high, right? And you're also looking at what's outside. I don't know, something about it seems like you're looking at it from the outside. That's what I'm seeing. That's the impression I'm getting first off the bat, right? So this is Toxicity about level up, and a few more things I would like to talk to you about. Level up culture. So level up culture. So then level up culture, as I said, it comes off as toxic, although in comparison to glow up culture, it's like, for me, glow up culture is like you're exuding, you're bettering yourself from a place of from your inside out, right? You're bettering yourself from the inside out. Like it's coming from a place of a place of what you want to do, and the inspiration is like, okay, I get inspired by this thing. How can I use this to in a way that fits me, right? You know, something about glow up culture, it seems a lot more attractive to me than level up culture, right? It could just be the way I'm looking at it, right? And boss babe mentality, it's kind of like that perfectionist thing going on too, right? It's like your boss babe, it gives me something where it's like you're always striving and you're reaching and you're going forward, and you have to be excellent, right? Boss babe energy, right? Wait, okay, like boss babe energy. So then what else did I want to tell you guys? So boss babe energy. Okay, let me segue into something else. I'm coming off topic, and I'm really happy that I actually made this video today. I was tempted to actually not even do anything until my computer finished being repaired, but then I told myself, you know, you could just do a straightforward program and just go right through it, you know, just go right through it. And I'm so glad I actually did this video, and I'm gonna try to do more, even though I don't have my editing program.